Good afternoon. I call to order the Knox County Optional Review Meeting for Monday, July 21st at 3 p.m. Madam Clerk, if you'll call the roll.
Commissioner Walls.
Present.
Commissioner Darrett.
Here.
Commissioner Oster.
Here.
Commissioner Jackson.
Here.
Commissioner Russell.
Here.
Commissioner Hill. Here. Commissioner Lee.
Here.
Commissioner Thompson. Commissioner Fox.
Present.
Commissioner Jay.
Here.
Commissioner Frazier.
Present.
10 members present.
Thank you. As a reminder, this is not a voting meeting. It is discussion only. We will start with the applications for the Sheriff's Employee Merit System, and we will go in the order. In case everybody hadn't checked their emails earlier today, Mr. William Donald Green chose to not serve. So we will start with Ms. Brennan. Ms. Brennan, if you'll just state your name and address for the record and push the little person that's on the box there. Perfect. And then if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is J.B. Brennan, and that's Jaybee, not the initials. I live at 7000 Westland Drive here in Knoxville, 37919. And a little bit about myself is I am a retired law enforcement officer. I did 30 years in law enforcement, and I retired at the rank of police lieutenant. Within all of the ranks that I had been during my career, which included patrol division, detectives, sergeant, chief's adjutant, lieutenant, I had a myriad of assignments. And a lot of these assignments, I think, are very applicable to my sincere request to be a member of the Merit Council. Some of those assignments included internal affairs, also traffic division. I was a chief's adjutant. I was a staff writer. I did patrol division. I was meted out discipline. I also handed out accolades to officers in the field. I was a representative for officers for minor grievances, not on the grievance committee, but as an internal, informally. And when I eclipsed in my career at 30 years, I was the commander of the Major Crimes Division, which included homicide, sexual crimes, domestic violence, missing persons. I also had an assignment in training in the Training Bureau, and within that assignment, I was responsible for policy writing for the department. I was also heavily involved in writing and help implementing the strategic plan. I was also very involved in the training of officers and making sure that there was post-compliance for everything that they were required to do that was mandated, and also non-mandated when we had things that we needed to do for the city. I was responsible for ferreting out that information and making sure that our officers were involved in those activities, a lot of it based in community, police community outreach. Awesome. I could go on forever and like ever, but I do have also a healthy balance, I think, in my involvement in the community. I've always been a community advocate. I think that public trust in a police department is not just what you do on the job, it's also what you do away from the job. So if you, and I don't know, did you all get a copy of my resume? Okay.
Thank you.
I do have a lot of community experience. Most of those were volunteer, non-paid positions, and they were, in essence, trying to make our community better. A lot of those assignments, or a lot of those boards that I was on, included police community trust and trying to build those partnerships in our community. And I favor that heavily because I think anyone who's on a committee or a board that has anything to do with police. I think the public is sincere in wanting transparency and wanting to know that the process is done in a fair and equitable manner. And I think that I have the training and experience to be able to do that, to be objective, I am a person of good moral character, and I think that I'd be an excellent choice for the position. Does anyone have any questions?
Awesome. Yes, we will open the floor up. Does anybody have any questions? Commissioner Fox?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I was just, where did you serve in all your particular capacities with law enforcement?
I did 30 years for two different agencies. I was at the city of El Cajon and also the city of Riverside, both in California. They were very, very busy cities with a lot of activity and a lot of police community relations, things that we needed to fix.
Thank you. Commissioner Durrett?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Brennan, thank you for applying. We do appreciate it when we don't have to struggle and twist arms to get people to apply for these boards, so thank you for that. How did you hear about it? How did you hear about the merit council position?
I heard about it through different law enforcement people that I am in contact with in the community. I have to qualify every year for my CCW, and so I do have a lot of contacts or connections, not necessarily friends or anything. So I heard about it through that. Also, I have been active in trying to find a program or something that I could do, put my talents toward. And so it was getting on the website and looking at different things that might be available in the city. So I felt like I wanted to volunteer for something that could use the experience that I had.
Okay. One other thing. So we did have one of our candidates withdraw due to a conflict with the merit system bylaws, which is that family members cannot work for either Knoxville Police Department or Knox County Sheriff's Office. Do you have any of those, any family members on either side that are employed or
No.
that you might see as a potential conflict?
No, I've actually read the entire rules and regulations for the merit board, so I don't have any violations of any of that. I don't have any connections, family connections with the sheriff's department, or I don't work, and none of my family members work for either.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Hill?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for applying.
Thank you.
On a strictly personal level, I always like to know what brings people to Knoxville.
I actually had a 25-year plan in getting to Knoxville. I started in law enforcement, but I knew that I did not want to retire. Again, I was just a young officer, and I knew that I didn't want to retire where I lived. And about 20 years ago, my husband and I bought some land in Dandridge because that was our big plan. We were setting up for the future. The only problem that we had was that neither of us were retired, and I definitely wanted my police pension. So we wrote it out, and we bought some land in Dandridge. And then, of course, by the time it was time to go, I looked at my spouse and said, "It's time." And he said, "What?" I said, "Oh, it's time. We're leaving." And we decided not to build in Dandridge. We decided to forego 2 years of pain and suffering trying to build a house to just buy something. So that's what we did.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Commissioner Jackson?
You know, I'm in banking, and we always say in banking that if a marriage can survive building a house, it can survive anything. But I imagine being a police officer surviving that many years, both of you. But thank you again for serving as a police officer and also for applying here. I just wanted to commend you on, I'm very impressed with all of your volunteer activities, and I just wanted to hear, you know, as a Eagle Scout and Assistant Scoutmaster, I'd love to hear about how you got involved in Explorer Scouts and Scouting America. And I can see you've already jumped in with the Great Smoky Mountain Council.
Yes, I have. I was also involved in the council in California for many years. I always had a passion for basically the train the trainer type of thing. I believed in the mission of what Scouting America is all about. And my daughter also went through the scouting program as a police explorer. Tried to follow in mom's footsteps, but she was not interested in law enforcement. So I started with that. With my police experience, I began doing a lot of training sessions for Scouting America in training workplace violence, domestic violence, things that might be applicable to any agency anywhere. And sort of got my hook into that. And in the Smoky Mountain Council here, I've been on staff for the Scout Fests and the different activities. My husband and I are both actively involved in the Smoky Mountain Council as volunteers.
Thank you. Commissioner Jay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for applying to be part of the Mayor Council. You answered this, but I just want to reiterate, you've read all of the rules and regulations related to serving on the board and are willing to comply with all of those?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions for Ms., am I saying that correctly, Brennan? Brennan, okay.
Yes.
Good. All right. Well, if you will be back here next Monday at 5 o'clock in this room, we will take a vote, and we'll be able to let you know then.
Thank you, and I really appreciate your time today. I know you're all busy, and thank you for listening to my story, and we will see you next week.
Thank you for applying. We appreciate that.
Take care.
All right. The next applicant is Mr. Dylan Shelton. Mr. Shelton, the same thing, if you'll give your name and address for the record, and then you just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Hi there. My name is Dylan Shelton. I live at 4211 Barbary Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37918. I'm originally from East Tennessee, Jonesboro, Tennessee to be exact. I came down here for law school. I'm an attorney here in Knoxville now over at Banks & Jones. In my free time, I like to go and play some golf on the local courses. I have 2 dogs, recently engaged, and I'm attempting to get more into the community right now and trying to see different avenues with that.
Okay, good. Do we have any questions for Mr. Shelton? Commissioner Jay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Same question. Have you thoroughly read through the rules and regulations of serving on this board? And are you willing to comply with all of those?
I am willing to comply, and I do not believe I have any violations either.
Conflicts? Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Durrett?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll ask the same questions, and again, thank you for applying and wanting to be involved. How did you hear about this merit position?
Well, originally, Brock Gates, who's already on the board, I believe, was on it, and he worked for our firm for a while, and I, thought that was a great thing to be a part of. And so I would always just check whenever it would come up, and it just came available for a position, so I just applied for it.
Okay, thank you. And my second question, as I stated previously, one of our applicants withdrew due to some family members working for the KPD. Do you have any of those violations?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Lee?
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I want to say thank you for applying. How long have you been in Knoxville?
4 years now. 4
4
years
years.
this August.
Okay, and are you currently in law school?
No, ma'am. I graduated back in July. I became an attorney in November.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, I'll tell you the same thing. Monday at 5 o'clock, we'll be back in this room to take votes. And again, I appreciate you volunteering for that position, and I hope you have a great week.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you. Commissioners, I do want to recognize we've got Mr. Bivens in the audience today, and we appreciated your time last week, so wanted to thank you for that. Do we have any discussion that we would like to bring up for the agenda review? Commissioner Fox.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm interested in R 25-7-603.
What number?
Is it 37? Yes.
All right. I believe I saw Mr. Parton here. Do you have a question for Mr. Parton?
I do,
Okay.
yes. Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Parton, if you'll come down, please.
Kevin Parton, Knox County Health Department. Good afternoon, everybody. How can I help you, sir?
Good afternoon, Director Parton. I just wanted to know a little bit about this air pollution control program. Is this a monitoring program, or does it involve some kind of agreement between the EPA and Knox County, like to comply with certain standards? Would like to know a little bit more about it.
Sure, it actually is a monitoring program as well as just an overall, like we manage burn permits, things of that nature. It's a cooperative agreement between the EPA, and we also have a certificate of exemption from the state of Tennessee to operate inside of Knox County. We regulate Knox County residents, so forth. Other larger metropolitan areas do the same. So-
What are the metrics that are being monitored?
It could be anything from discharge to asbestos, construction permitting, things of that nature. So there's a separate program. It's also the next one down, I believe, or the one before it, where we also monitor particulate matter that's in the air. They've defined it as a certain size, gets into your lungs, and adverse effects to your health.
Okay, all right, thanks, appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Parton. Does anybody else have a question for Mr. Parton while he's standing up here? Nope, okay. Commissioner Jackson. Are you done, Commissioner Fox?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, two things that I want to mention. One, just to give everyone a heads up, generally, the consent agenda is fairly routine. I'm going to be abstaining from the notaries because I am listed as one of the notary applications. So I just want to, so that way you don't get surprised next week. And the second, well, I figured that, that would be a close one. But the second thing is, and this is near and dear to my heart, is my son plays football for West High School. And the team has gone under a really tough time lately. And I have drafted a resolution. If anybody would like to put their name on it, you're more than welcome to. Just, text me, let me know, or let anybody know. And it is honoring only the players, and it is focused on recognizing the 2022 and 2023 championship teams. And if anybody would like to, I'm trying to plan it to be presented at the halftime of the Bearden game. So if anybody would like to come, we'll hopefully be able to do it there. So, I just wanted to let everybody know this is to specifically address the players who were not recognized last time. Is it on this agenda? It is, but it's not. There's no link to it. It's not up there yet, but. I'm sorry?
Will you send out information and language for us to review on that?
Yeah, I can have it printed out and I can, it's already done.
It's a great idea, Commissioner Jackson. Commissioner Russell.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. I actually have a couple of questions here. Let's start with community development, please. See, that's
What number?
33.
And I think I saw Ms. Holden come in.
Jenny Holden, Grants and Community Development.
Yes, ma'am. On item number 33, it consists of 3 parts. And I was able to fairly easily discern number 1 and number 3, but can you give me just a little bit more information about what number 2 is actually for, what the use is?
Yes, so that's our home ARP funding. That's funding that came through the Department of, it was HUD funding back during the COVID era. And this is money that is used specifically for homelessness prevention and response.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Homelessness. So.
Homelessness.
Yes, and what we are doing now is setting up an activity. We had a plan that was approved by HUD, and part of the process with HUD funding is you then have to set up an activity, and this is us officially setting up our activity. And what we are first planning to start with would be rental assistance. Our emergency rental assistance funds have just closed out last month, and so this is going to give us an opportunity to have a much reduced amount that we can keep folks housed that are facing homelessness.
Is there steps after that, just to kind of get the full picture? So all of it, it'll basically be used for rental assistance until it's gone?
It'll be used for rental. We may have a follow-up project down the line. It's according to what the rental assistance picture looks like over time. We have about 1.3 million in this program. Right now, we're kind of tentatively planning about 500,000 in rental assistance, and then the other funding would be used for a project later down the line, but that would come before you at that time.
Okay. Perfect, thank you. I think all the rest of them I was able to decipher, so thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner.
I also have a question for Parks. Is there anybody here from Parks? And this is going to be item number 42.
Hi, I'm Anna Roeder from Parks and Recreation.
Hi. In item number 42, you guys are looking at securing some right-of-way and easement acquisition. I just want to make sure when we do acquisition for parks, we don't utilize eminent domain, do we?
I think there may be instances where that has happened in the past. I'm not sure exactly, but I don't think that's happening in this instance.
Okay.
I am subbing for Joe Mack, our senior director, and so I don't have all of the information, but I can definitely look into that. Okay. We are working very closely with PBA on this piece specifically.
Okay. Would it be possible if you could have him send the information? I'm just very I'm very curious whether we're going to be able to do this acquisition with or without eminent domain.
Of course.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And then I also have a question for Public Works. See Director Snowden.
What number?
I actually have two questions for him. I normally don't have any for him. 25 is, well, yes, 25 was the first one. And then the next one will be number 32.
Sure. Hey, Commissioners, it's nice to see y'all. Jim Snowden, Engineering Public Works. Yes, ma'am, we are still, as of even today, on item 25, obviously long-awaited project we're using ARPA money to install a pump station at Bluegrass Lake to, obviously, for those that were around in 19 and 20 realized what havoc that created when the water couldn't get to Fort Loudon. So that is, we're using ARPA money to install a pump station. And we bid it twice. Obviously, pricing is crazy right now, so we're in the process of value engineering that project. And most likely, this will probably get pushed to August agenda. But we're still hopeful that we might, by some chance, get it to you all early next week. But that is most likely going to be pushed to August.
Okay. Yeah, there were no amounts, and who we were having the contract with was not there, and I just didn't know. I wanted to have a full understanding and have time to actually read them before we.
Yes, ma'am. And that's why we want to make sure you guys have time to digest that. So we're probably thinking it will get punted. We put it on here just in the event we did were able to work through those details sooner. So, but it don't look like it's going to happen.
Okay. And the other is item number 32.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. And that one, I did not see it on the original agenda
Yeah.
that was sent out, and then it was on this one, and basically, I think it was 200 and something pages. So I was just, could you give us a synopsis of what the
Sure,
purpose is?
and this one's my fault. When I put it in Agenda Quick, I must have not hit the right button, so it got in there, but it didn't get pushed over to Ms. Drusilla, so she said that it would get added late, so my apologies about that. This is kind of it's a phase 2 of, we had done some signal, essentially, we are installing fiber optic installations throughout our signal systems. We'd put some up in the Halls community and some in the Cedar Bluff. This essentially extends that to where from our office, we can actually go in and remotely change timing, look at how traffic's going. There'll be cameras out there. So it's essentially really dynamic, live dynamic traffic feeds, much like you would see at like a TDOT traffic management center or something like that. And these are 100% federal dollars, so for congestion mitigation, so the county doesn't even have a match in this location.
Okay, so this is through grant too. Okay, just out of curiosity, where are those 15 locations going to be at?
I will send them to you. They're primarily, I know Watt Road the 2 Watt Road signals are there. I think we have some more, an extension in the Halls community up further north on Manorville Highway. And I can't remember, I'll get you that list. I'll send it to this body. I just don't remember all those locations, but we've prioritized them based on really those main corridors where most of our congestion is, Cedar Bluff, Manorville Highway, so it's going to be on those major corridors, but I will send you that list, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That was all my questions.
Thank you. Commissioner Jay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. It is not an item on your agenda yet. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. Between now and next Monday, we will be adding, I will be asking the chair to add an agenda item that I will send you as many details as we can as soon as possible, hopefully in the next day or two, but it'll be related to an appropriation of funding from our general fund to support the transition of the juvenile detention facility. You all went out and took a tour last week, and we had our first board meeting. Mr. Bivens has been working diligently on trying to work through the transition, and as we all knew, we would have some costs associated with the transition. So some of those items that are going to be included in that appropriation request are sick, vacation, and other time buyouts for a few of the employees that are leaving. That's a standard process in which we do through HR. We've got some recommendations of some staffing adjustments to supervisory positions, the creation of a new social services coordinator to help with the services that are provided to the juvenile detainees, some staff training costs, some staff costs include safety equipment and uniforms. We've got to replace some mattresses, some juvenile uniforms, a few other material items, and the purchase of a portable metal detector to prevent contraband from entering the facility. So things that were sort of immediate safety staffing needs that have been assessed and recommended by Mr. Bivens that we did talk about last week very briefly at the board meeting, but they've been risen up. And so with the urgency of the timing and the transition, we're going to put all that together and get that resolution to you in the next few days, and we'll ask for it to be added to the agenda next Monday and voted on for an appropriation out of the general fund. Happy to answer any questions on that, but thought I'd give you the details as much as I had now.
Thank you. Commissioner Hill?
I don't have any questions related to that, except that I do support that. Clearly, the need is there. Just wondered, as a courtesy, if Mr. Bivens had anything, since he was so kind to be here, that he wanted to speak to us about, if, with your permission.
Yes, that's fine. Mr. Bivens, if you'll just give your name and address for the record, please.
Good afternoon. Brian Bivens, 109 Seminole Lane, Loudon, Tennessee, 37774. Thanks for having me today. Thanks for coming out and looking the place over. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. There's some things that's going to change. Some things that hopefully we'll be able to improve. Things of that nature. The process that are in place. Everyone that I've been working with so far in this building have absolutely been phenomenal, helping me get with this adjustment. It is some challenges there, but my focus is not on that word challenges. I look at it as opportunities. So, as I said earlier on the tour the other day, I ask for your patience, and hopefully I'll be able to quickly gain your respect and your trust. This is a big undertaking. It's very important for this community. I'm not sure how Mr. Vanderbeek talked me into this, but I told him I thought we were friends. But you know, that's the way I look at it. And I've got some great staff. I just need to support them and invest in them. I know a lot of you, the programming side is a passionate thing. It's one of my passions. And hopefully, with this additional position, we can get more community, reach out and get more resources out of the community. And this coordinator type position is going to be a critical, pivotal part of moving forward. I think there's a ton of opportunity there when it comes to the programming side of things. I've got 2 meetings this week alone about programming. So that's a passion of mine, and I know speaking with some of you, it's also a passion for you as well. So again, thanks for having me. Thanks for listening to me today, and look forward to seeing you next week. Anybody have any questions?
Mr. Bivens, I think I can speak for the ones of us that were there. Everybody was there, and we're very appreciative of the work that you're already doing, and certainly walked out of there with a high level of respect for you. And like we said, you've heard that term, it's a heavy lift, and it is a heavy lift, but I think you were the one to do it. And so we're very grateful for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Do we have anybody else would like to say anything, add anything? No. Great. Thank you for coming. Let me just remind commissioners that you still have to pull from the consent to the forum, as this discussion does not automatically do that. So if there's something that you want to pull, please do that on the forum by the deadline. Do we have any more discussion items for agenda review? Seeing none, we will adjourn and see you at 5 o'clock.